It's New Brew Thursday! Woo! We're here at Newport Beach Brewing Company. We're finally in my neck of the woods.
Finally.
People around here like to call it Brewco, but we are with someone who knows a little bit about it. Derek Bougie, one of the new brewers.
Hey Derek, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm good.
Nice of you to join us.
So tell us about Newport Brewing Company.
Well, come April, we'll be 16 years old. One of the first breweries in Orange County. And I've been lucky enough to be appointed brewer, so.
Right on. Now, you're not the head brewer because there's somebody else that's kind of taking care of?
Yes, Dave Moody has come in the last year to oversee everything while the transition from Kirk Roberts is gone through for the last year. But for the most part, I'm pretty much doing, from mill to serving.
Right,
doing all the work.
And the goal is that you're going to eventually kind of take the reins and go forward with it?
Yes, that'll be happening shortly here. I hate to see Dave go, but he's done a good job. I've learned a lot this last year, probably more than I knew prior to that.
Dave's going off to a different brewery now, right?
I don't know. He's actually doing some brewing at Ocean Avenue down on Laguna Beach.
Right.
But I don't know what his plans are after his tenure here.
So talk a little bit about Newport Beach, because this area is just, it's awesome. Very well known. It's awesome.
I grew up in this area, so I mean it's a beach community. A lot of tourists will come in. So the beer selection.
Brad's hometown.
So the beer selection definitely kind of dictates, with the people that kind of come in here. So with me now kind of taking over the reins, my goal is to bring some more beer people in. This time of year, January, February, March, it's a slower time of year. So that's where I'm trying to concentrate on the specialty beers and.
And what's the stand, like if I come in here, random day of the week, what kind of beers can I expect to see on tap?
Any day of the week, what I'm going to have on tap is going to be our Newport Beach Blonde, it's a light blonde ale, Pelican Pale Ale, NBBC ESB. The Wedge Weizen might make an appearance, but it's not a staple. Village Idiot IPA.
I love the Village Idiot. Yeah, that's a good. I love that one. I'm a hotman too. So that with the ceviche on your menu, fucking, I love that. Oh my god, I just go nuts. Yeah,
definitely balances out pretty well.
We're going to actually be doing the Pelican Pale Ale.
Yes.
And you'll see us reach out of frame because everything is on the bar here in front of us.
You can kind of see the glasses.
Okay,
that's about it.
And ribs and calamari.
We have a
pear salad.
We have a whole spread
steak.
right here.
Yeah.
So this is the Pelican Pale Ale.
Thank you, sir.
Talk a little bit about this beer. Tell us what we can expect from this.
It's a typical American style pale ale. Good malt profile. A lot of two-row, some carapils, and decently hopped. Not overpowering to where it's really bitter, but you do get some good hop flavor off of it too.
Right on. Well, cheers.
Cheers, guys.
I just drank. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you suck.
I jumped the gun.
Jumping the gun.
If there's a gun to be jumped,
It's got a great aroma, and like the first sip, like you said, it's not overpoweringly bitter. It's extremely well balanced. It's just very drinkable. I would actually introduce this to somebody who hadn't had a craft beer before.
Yeah, I mean,
here, try this.
Definitely gets you on the path to being a hop.
Right, exactly.
But it's not quite there.
Yeah. It's got more of a not the citrus bitterness, but just a really solid back end bitterness.
Right. Yeah.
And that's one of the house beers that I really can't mess with. So. And it's pretty popular, so I'm going to stick with it.
Well, if it's not broken.
Yeah. If you can say, what's the hop bill on this?
There's Summit, Chinook, and Cascade.
All right.
Depending on what I have in inventory, some of those might change out, but
sometimes I throw in some bags. Right on. So, what are we going to be eating with this? Because we have a selection of a lot of food here.
Well, the ribs have a nice little spice to it, so I think it'll balance well with this. Yeah. The coffee crusted steak might work out too, and that looks like it's medium rare. And the pepper from the homemade onion rings that we have here will probably work out pretty well too.
I'm going for an onion ring.
The ahi I want to dive into because
that's got a nice pepper
amazing.
crust on it too. So
that's ahi or a calamari?
That's the calamari. This is the ahi here.
Okay.
A lot of things on the menu have some kick to it, so they balance pretty well with the hoppier beers.
Right on. Well, while we're diving into this, we're going to send you off to a Master Pairings with Dr. Bill. Okay. You're going to the principal's office, sir. So you will enjoy that, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Master Pairings with myself, Dr. Bill, and today I have Derek Bougie. He's the brewer at Newport Brew Co. And no, I did not change the decor of my kitchen. We're on location here at Newport Beach Brewing Company.
Yes.
And Derek was kind enough to have us, and so I thought we'd do a Master Pairings out here.
Well, thanks for coming down. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was hot, so you know the guys from New Brew Thursday they got to me a little bit, so I had to change it to something a little bit cooler.
I understand. Steven's at Sexy Beach. He can
Yes,
do that to people.
so yes.
So what I thought we'd do today, I looked over your menu and your beer, and something I'm very big into is not pairing great beer with food, but regionality. And I thought we'd try your ESB today with some fish and chips. Can you tell us a little bit about your ESB?
It's probably the most traditional English style ale that you're going to find over here. Good base malts, a little bit of chocolate profile, nice and roasty, and you know the hopping definitely brings out a little bit. So
yeah, you said it's about 6%.
6%,
Right in the ESB profile.
right where it should be.
Cheers.
Cheers. Very nice.
Beautiful copper color. Has those great chocolatey notes that you get in the malts. And a classic ESB always has a little metallic structuring on the mid palate. On the sides, I always get this light coppery taste. And that's great with an ESB. Now, ESB stands for Extra Special Bitter.
Yep.
It's a classic British style. They started out with the bitter, then they had the special bitter, then the extra special bitter. And they actually graduate up by ABV or alcohol by volume as they do it, which basically means they put more ingredients in each beer to have a more intensified flavor. But this is a classic English style, and what's more classic than fish and chips? So,
Especially on the English continent, you know?
I'm a big fan of promoting to people that there's a reason why great German lagers pair perfectly with sauerbraten or different German dishes.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and that's because those are the beers they brewed, they made food, they go, wow, this is good, that works. They had their own master pairings hundreds of years ago, and they decided
Inadvertently, you know?
yeah, exactly. And they said, wow, this really goes well together. This, unlike today in the United States where a lot of macro drinkers will drink a Budweiser with anything and just wash it down simply like water, when you drink an ESB with a good fish and chips, it's fabulous. So I'm going to try this. I'm sure it's cod, right?
It's fresh cod.
Beautiful.
And the batter, it's a tempura batter. It's actually made with the particular beer we're pairing it with.
Very nice. So it should be light. Oh, perfect. And it's an ESB. I didn't even know that. Yeah. And classically, put a little lemon on it. Also have some malt vinegar for the chips. I'm going to try the cod by itself with the beer, and then we'll accentuate.
All right, then.
So I'll dig in.
We'll pull this out of the way here.
You said you worked here how long?
I've been here 5 years.
And you've only had this how many times?
I think once.
What's the matter with you? This is delicious.
Well, I know,
This
but
is really
I
good.
haven't been a big fish person, but this is, I mean, it's
Really
a
good.
great opportunity to be able to share something with you like this. So,
Wow. It goes perfectly with the beer. It accentuates the batter. It brings out a round mouthfeel, and it plays really well with the malts in the beer.
I've had fish and
Are you
chips
getting it?
before, and this is probably the best one I've had.
Yeah. This is a really good pairing. So let's throw a little lemon on there.
I mean, look at how flaky this
A
fish
little
is.
acid.
It's just
Oh, it's
falling
beautiful.
apart. It's
yeah.
just,
The fish and chips are amazing.
I don't think it's going to be
A
fresher
little
than
malt
that.
vinegar on here, and that still won't hurt it. It will play really well with
Yeah.
the malt. I mean, there's a reason why it's malt vinegar. It has malt in it. It has malted grain
Which
in it.
helps the pairing a little bit.
And it works really well together with this. Tartar sauce is classic, has a slight yellow tint to it. Beautiful. So I'm looking forward to trying this.
And these are our beer battered house fries that we
Oh, nice.
that we have with it too. So that's a nice little added bonus to go along with the fish and chips.
Now, when you put the acid on, you get more of the caramelized notes from the beer. I'm picking up a lot of caramel notes are coming through really well.
Yeah, the crystal malt definitely has a little more of a stance with the malt vinegar, and the fatty notes I think kind of help balance that out a little bit too.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful pairing with that. Hey, you got a really bitchin' tattoo. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I've been a beer guy for 10 years. I
Right.
worked at High Time under Mike McCullough, who's now at Farmer's Harvest.
Yep.
He pretty much taught me everything I know about beer, and it just kind of evolved into after having everything to home brewing, and
I've
now
known
I'm
Mike
brewing.
like
And
20 years. Man.
that's about how long I've known him. So it's, you know, that's what my tattoos kind of represent, with the hops and the malt, the water, and the barrel.
Cool.
You know, it's you don't see a whole lot of that with people getting tattoos with what they do. So
Got to figure out the yeast. Every once in a while, I'll see a chef with a fork or a knife on there. Same kind of thing, but
Yeah.
it's usually people that are artistic in what they do as far as brewing or creating different foods, and they'll do things like that, and they'll go ahead and follow through. This is a beautiful pairing. I love it. I love the beer. I think you've done a great job with it.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anyways, I just want to thank you for coming to a Master Pairings.
Well, thanks for having me.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Boom.
So, Derek, how was that Master Pairings?
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's
it-
almost
you know-
like when you're done with it and you're back on the show here, it's almost like it hasn't even happened yet.
I know.
Well, it's probably one of the only times that I actually even had the fish here, and you know,
on.
Bill being the instigator that he is,
He's got to.
I was really
he's got to set
surprised.
those up. Yeah.
you know, I still do get some serving shifts, so now it's something I can honestly recommend to the customer.
Right on. So we've been kind of sampling a little bit through here. So talk a little bit about your menu. Talk about like why do I come here for more than the beer?
Well, you should come here for me too.
Because the food.
I will always come here for you.
Hey, I'm married. Let's keep it professional.
Maybe.
It's standard pub fare food. You know, you can get the basics on the starter side, great fresh salads, organic greens, and you know, then we can spice some things up with you know, some more heftier entrees with the ribs and the steak. You know, for those that want a little more of a high-end type of meal with their craft beer, you know, we'll kind of cater to anything.
The ahi blew my mind. Like, it has such a great spiciness. It works so well with this beer. Like, yeah, let's do that. And it just like with the avocado is a staple of California, and especially this part of California, and it just works so well together. Yeah,
is really good.
Isn't that amazing?
And you know, it's one of those things where I'm not a real big fish eater, but as fresh as it is, it's one of those things that I'll actually dive into.
It's really soft, and the spices are just perfect with the beer.
Exactly.
You know, since there's not a lot of bitterness or hoppiness to the beer,
The
it's
pepper
not
on
overpowering at all.
I don't think I've ever had peppered onion rings either. That's another thing. Like,
It's just a little bit. I think it's more for color, but it does add a little bit more of a.
it gives it a little
bite to the
kick.
palate.
Yeah, it gives it a little kick.
Brad also brought up the pears in the salad.
The grilled
Yeah.
pears with the
Those
with gorgonzola? Or?
The grilled pears, yeah.
What was the cheese on it?
It's goat cheese.
Oh, goat cheese?
So it's real mild, it's nice and creamy, it's not
Yeah.
overpowering, and with the light honey mustard dressing that's on it, it's a really good salad.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like I said, the pears, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was like a perfect pairing with this.
Yeah.
That really
I'm gonna have
kind
to
of
try that.
rough, sugary, you know how pears are.
Yeah, you know.
It washed down perfectly
The sweetness
with
with the malt profile of the beer works
Yeah.
out pretty well.
These are all really good pairings. I haven't had this yet. I don't think anyone's
That's
had
a
this
that's a
yet.
coffee crusted steak. So with a little sauce on there, I think he added special for today. So it doesn't usually come sliced up, but I figured it'd be a little bit easier for us to dive into and munch
For
on
what we're
it.
doing, yeah.
Yeah,
Good call.
I want to keep the utensils and sharp objects away from you guys. So.
Wow, this is good.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to carry knives.
Does that have spice
It's
to
a
it?
part of my parole, like, you know.
Well, you can break the glass into the sharp objects.
Exactly. Don't think that hasn't happened.
Try it.
But yeah, Brad, you're
Has it even
100%
had a
right. Like,
Oh,
this
the pear?
pairing,
Yeah.
this pair works really well
Isn't
with
it
that.
good?
Yeah.
It's like perfect. It's almost like you could just dip it in the beer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wow.
So,
Well, maybe not literally, but
Well, with the onion rings, they do use either the blonde or the pale. Sometimes the Newport Co steam that we'll have on tap to actually be the base with the tempura that they use for that. Same thing with the calamari and the chicken tenders. So any of the battered stuff that we have that's fried, they use a beer for the base.
Oh, cool.
now beer is a big part of your life.
Yes.
I mean, like, you even have tattoos with beer.
Yes.
Beer-related tattoos.
Of course.
Which I love because I've seen your tattoos, and I've kind of taken some inspiration because that's one thing I'd like to do. Like, when I lose some weight, like, I want to do a nice hop vine, you know.
if I said
tattoo.
that, then I wouldn't have any tattoos.
I know, but it's one of those things where it's like I want to just, it's my carrot on the end of the stick kind of thing. So
Well, it's a good goal to have.
yeah,
But if you're going to do it, just, pull the cord and just dive right in.
right on. So, what's the future for you at Newport Brewing? Where do you want to head to?
Well, obviously, I'd like to leave my mark.
Yeah. Are you
Specialty beers, you know, things like that. You obviously have the core beers.
You have a sour program going?
I do, and that's one of the few things that I'm kind of taking on myself and kind of allowed to do. I have a few barrels floating around, and
do you guys submit to like JBF and things like that?
we have done that in the past and won some awards. We've kind of been off that the last couple of years, but I think this year, being a new brewer, they're going to allow me to be able to enter some of the competitions and showcase some of that specialty stuff that I've been doing on a small scale. So.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you bring in your homebrew too as like kind of not necessarily
your
to
homebrew
share,
recipes.
but-
On a beer tasting aspect, when I have a crowd of people in here, I'll bring some homebrews in that I've cellared for a while and share those with some people. But being a pub and selling the beer, I'm not allowed to do that. So I'll bring my.
I shouldn't have brought that up.
No, that's fine. I mean, I do have a pilot batch.
And next week, Newport Brewing Co will be closed by the ABC.
No, but I will bring my equipment in and do small scale homebrew batches here and have those on as a pilot series.
Okay.
Which every Thursday night I usually have a new, you know, exotic or strange beer, a cucumber saison.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The cucumber saison, like I still have yet to try this beer, and I want to try this beer. Like this is sounds amazing.
I do have a chai tea ale that's available right now. So, and that's a limited supply.
tea
So
ale.
a chai tea ale.
That sounds cool.
So I have some samples of that we can dive into a little bit
Sounds
later.
like a little dogfish head in there.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
inadvertently, Sam's a little bit of a, you know, an
Sam's a
inspiration.
copycat. He was all like, he took that from Derek. He was all like, oh, I came to Newport Brewing Company. They had chai tea ale. I made saute. What? We know what you do, Sam.
He hit the success mark before I could, so. But I've been doing it on the homebrew side for about 10 years, so.
Cool, man.
Right on. Well, this place is awesome, and honestly, seriously, like, if you're in the Southern California area, you're remiss if you don't stop down here. You need to get down here.
It's
30th
honestly
Street
the
on the
perfect-
peninsula. Check it
Yeah,
out.
it's like the perfect location.
Seriously,
Like Brad said,
you're
it's
right on the
peninsula.
beach.
You're
Large
literally 5
patio,
minutes from
outdoor
the beach,
seating.
if that.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
lots
can
of
even
TVs.
you can even like do a little cigar smoking on out in the back here.
Yes, you can. It's California, you can smoke outside. So
Yeah.
Beautiful servers come and tell you not to smoke. Just kidding.
Nice.
that's fine, but they're bringing their
Well,
girlfriends
and
anyway.
oh,
so
you get all the hot ladies coming in from the beach here too. So.
True.
During the summertime, this is a hot spot for,
Right.
you know, some pretty good eye candy, so.
So definitely come in and check it out, Derek. Thank you so much for having us in here.
Yeah,
This was
no
awesome.
problem.
And cheers to Newport Brewing Company, and as always, stay safe and drink beer.
All right, thanks for coming in, guys.